Dravidam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam, Mama Deva Deva.
Hari Om Tat Sat. So we'll be starting the evening with a practice of Kirtan. So Kirtan, it's very important. This is a co-created experience, so it's not just us, it's all of you as well. So there are different ways to approach this practice. We're chanting the different names of the divine. So having this kind of bhava, this feeling of respect of the divinity, respect of the names that we're chanting. And also this is a practice where we get to sing. It's so special. So please join with your voices. The louder you sing, the higher the vibes, okay? So it's up to all of us to kind of create this space that we're going to ride this wave through the rest of Satsang. So the first chant is Jai Gurudev. Can you say that?
Jai Gurudev.
Yes. Jai means victory, so we're celebrating the divine teacher, and that can mean whatever it needs to mean for all of you. So it's nice to kind of think of all your teachers from your entire life. You know, we're celebrating that which is the Guru, the remover of the darkness of ignorance. Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev. Please sing.
Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev,
sing together.
Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jai
Jaya Gurudev Sachidananda Gurudev
Jaya 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 Gurudev Sachidananda Gurudev.
So for our next chant, please repeat after me. Om Guru Sachidananda Guru.
Om Guru Sachidananda Guru.
Sachidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru.
Sachidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru.
So of course, we'll be chanting in our Guru Parampara. Swami Shivananda to your right, the Guru of Swami Sachidananda.
Om Guru Sachidananda Guru
Om Guru Sachidananda Guru.
Om Guru Sachidananda Guru
Om Guru Sachidananda Guru.
Sachidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru
Sachidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru.
Sachidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru
Sachidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru.
Om Guru Sachidananda Guru
Om Guru Sachidananda Guru.
Sachidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru
Sachidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru.
Om Guru Sachidananda Guru
Om Guru Sachidananda Guru.
Sachidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru
Sachidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru.
Om Guru Sachidananda Guru
Om Guru Sachidananda Guru.
Sachidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru
Sachidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru.
Om Guru Sachidananda Guru
Om Guru Sachidananda Guru.
Sachidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru
Sachidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru.
Om Guru Sachidananda Guru
Om Guru Sachidananda Guru.
Sachidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru
Sachidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru.
Sadguru
Chidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru.
Om Guru Satchidananda Guru
Om Guru Satchidananda Guru.
Satchidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru
Chidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru.
Satchidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru
Chidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru.
Om Guru Satchidananda Guru
Om Guru Satchidananda Guru.
Satchidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru
Chidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru.
Om Guru Satchidananda Guru
Om Guru Satchidananda Guru.
Satchidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru
Chidananda Guru Shivananda Sadguru.
So cool to have the power of Mother Nature outside behind us, though. Okay. Lastly, we'll be chanting Vande Gurudev. Can you say it?
Vande Gurudev.
This is I pray to the Guru. And this chant is in Rag Bhupali. Rag Bhupali is a beautiful raga, which is a lot of compositions in Rag Bhupali are for the Guru and for deities like Lord Ganesh. It's a very regal kind of sounding raga. So I'm going to test the two singers here with their sargam practice. It'll be great, okay?
Sa sa da pa ga re sa re ga. Sa sa da pa ga re sa re ga. Ga pa da sa da re sa ga re. Sa sa da pa ga re sa re ga. Ga re sa da re. Ga re sa da sa. Vande Gurudev. Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Shri Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Vande Gurudev, Satchidananda Gurudev.
Vande Gurudev, Satchidananda Gurudev.
Vande Gurudev, Satchidananda Gurudev.
Vande Gurudev, Satchidananda Gurudev.
Jaya Shri 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 Gurudev, Satchidananda Gurudev.
Vande Gurudev, Shivananda Gurudev.
Gurudev, Shivananda Gurudev.
Vande Gurudev, Shivananda Gurudev.
Gurudev, Shivananda Gurudev.
Jaya Shri 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 Gurudev, Shivananda Gurudev.
Vande Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Vande Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Shri 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 Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Vande Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Vande Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Shri 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 Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Vande Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Vande Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Shri 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 Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Vande 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 Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Shri 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 Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Shri Satguru Satchidananda Ji Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you all for singing. Hari Om. Priyananda, did we have an hour to chant, or was it just 30 minutes?
Keep going, keep going. It was so beautiful. Thank you so much, Narada. Leela Shakti Mai, Kali, Snehan, and Sister Bonnie. Beautiful, beautiful kirtan. Thank you. You created such warmth and vibrance in the room, we had to turn the air conditioning down. Actually, I turned it up. Good evening, everyone. So nice to see you back. I thought people might be in their little rooms, turning on their iPads and watching it by way of live stream, but you luckily have streamed in here. You look pretty lively to me, and we're really looking forward to this beautiful time together to hear from Sri Gurudev. We have a beautiful video of him speaking on Guru Poornima to give us a beautiful message. We have beautiful images of Sri Gurudev that will soon stream through Shivananda Satsang Hall with some beautiful musical accompaniment and much, much more. And we, of course, are so looking forward to hearing the beautiful journey of our beloved sannyasins, who 5 of the 6 who are still on the physical plane and were the original sannyasins to begin some 50 years ago. And as we all know, when you take a vow, you really get tested. But if you stick to it, you're an inspiration to all of us. And I think we see that in the form of our sannyasins. We see that in the form of our ministers, in particular the metros here, who Gurudev said, stick to it, and they did. So we have a wonderful time to be together this evening and to hear all of these wonderful Guru Poornima inspirational messages. And we will begin now with the video. Well, did we light the lights? Okay, let's just say a few prayers to evoke peace in the world and share this beautiful light and energy that we're feeling in the hall tonight. Auspiciousness be unto all. Perfect peace be unto all. Fullness be unto all. Prosperity be unto all. Happiness be unto all. Perfect health be unto all. May all see good in everyone. May all be free from suffering. Om peace, peace, peace unto all. Jai Gurudev. Now we will get the source of that peace as we see the evening video. Please enjoy.
Well, you don't need any better message than what you heard and saw now. This is the message. You are the message. The Guru Poornima is a day to realize the Guru within you all. You all have Guru inside you. He always guides you, talks to you. But unfortunately, you don't take time to listen to that. There's somebody else also talks to you. If you can calm down that somebody else, then you will be able to listen to the Guru within. He's always there to guide you, to tell you what to do and what not to do. But your egoistic mind blocks it. So in our life, we have to calm down that ego mind. The I. It's an I. The I is not good. That's what we're all trying to do. The I pops in. So in your daily activities, a thought, word, and deed, if you could put aside that I, me, mine, use it for the service of others. Whatever you do, it's okay, but don't do it for your sake. Do it for others' sake. In the name of God. Nobody knows where that God is. All we know is God's creation. Because God doesn't seem to have a name or a form of its own. It manifests in the form of the entire creation. So whatever you do to others, including animals, people, plants, minerals, elements, you are doing it to God. If you realize that our main purpose is to serve God and God's creation, then you successfully brushed aside this I, me, mine. Then you will see wonders in your life. You will see wonders in your life. You will perform miracles because the God in you has everything for you. That is the Guru within you. That's how you can celebrate the Guru Poornima in a grand manner. In a way, you're all doing this today in the name of Guru. How happy you are. I personally feel very proud of you all. Look at all these different performances. How much of a talent you all have. And what are you doing to that? You're offering it to the Guru in the name of Guru Poornima. Your entire life can be like this. Offer everything, everything. It is the charm in it. You will never face any disappointment, depression, worry, everything. What more than you need than a joyful, happy life? The joyful and happy life is possible only when you dedicate your life for the service of the entire creation. Entire creation. Faith and devotion. Faith and devotion. That's what we need to develop. What more I should say? The words doesn't want to come out of my mouth. You're all wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Keep up that good work. As Narada proclaimed, have fun with everything. If you enjoy life, you can make a music of everything. He picks up anything, becomes music. Why he is music himself? What else would come out of him? That is the way. If you have fun in your life, whatever you do, it will bring you joy. Look at all those Swamis. I wish we had enough time to hear all the stories that Divyananda, Nityananda. And don't think they are they are the only sannyasis. You are all sannyasis. You are all sannyasis. Don't have to change the name, wear a different dress. There is sannyas in you all. Find out that sannyas part. That will make your life a fantastic one. Fantastic one. Don't think I am different from you. I am the same like you. Maybe you see that my life is dedicated. I don't have anything for myself. I just live to serve, live to serve. Anybody can do that. Strictly speaking, we are serving. We are serving. God makes you do things. God makes you God's instrument and uses you, your body, mind, senses, everything. But the problem is, unnecessarily, you took it on your shoulder. I did it. You never did anything. Nobody has done ever anything. It's all being done by God. The unfortunate thing is, we take it on ourselves. Oh, I did it. I gained it. I lost it. I. Unnecessarily. Then you get into trouble. Gurudev Swami Ashokananda used to give a small, funny story. I've said many times before also. A fellow was traveling in a train compartment, and he is a lover of sugar cane. He likes it, lot of sugar cane. He saw a big bundle of sugar cane in the compartment. Quite a big bundle. The ticket examiner came in and he was checking everybody's ticket. At one point, he pointed his finger at the bundle of sugar cane and asked, whose bundle is that? Because it's too heavy. He should have paid luggage for that. And the owner of that bundle knew that he didn't pay the luggage for that. If he says it's mine, he has to shell out the money. So he kept quiet. He kept on asking, hey, anybody who wants this? Everybody was quiet. Even the owner was quiet. And this fellow thought, now I have a bundle of sugar cane. It belongs to nobody here. If I say it's mine, I can get the whole bundle for me. In the anxiety of enjoying the sugar cane, he forgot that he has to pay some money for the luggage. Simply said, it's mine. And the ticket examiner, come on, where is that luggage receipt? What? Luggage receipt? Yes, it's too heavy. You shouldn't have brought that. Did you pay for the luggage? No, it's not mine. No, you are trying to escape. Pay the money. And the fine also. Simply because I said mine. It's not never it was mine. I said mine, I got into trouble now. That's how we are always. Everything is in the compartment. It's all there already. Simply you say it's mine, you are into trouble. What else mind can bring you? it will explode on you. Mind. So that's why, mind. Mind will explode. Don't ever say mind to anything. You are in trouble. Yeah. Because it was never your words. It was never your words. You didn't bring anything. You are not going to take anything with you. In between, you seem to be possessing something. They are given to you. They are given to you. Not to own, but to use. Nothing belongs to you really. If it's really yours, can you take it with you? No. They were given to me for God's use. That is what renunciation means. Sannyas means that whoever says, I don't own anything, nothing belongs to me. Everything is given to me by God for God's purpose. If you feel that way, you are a sannyasi. Sannyasam, well renounced. What is that you are to renounce? The feeling of mind. If you renounce that, you are a sannyasi, you are a Swami. And you will enjoy the same happiness that God is. That is the best way to celebrate Guru Poornima every day. Remember that Guru within you and adore that Guru, worship that Guru, listen to that Guru. Don't allow your possessive ego to come in between. May God bless you with that understanding. Because we want to be happy. Is it not? Nobody wants to be unhappy. Nobody wants to be unhappy. And the reason for your unhappiness is to have that attachment unnecessarily, which never belongs to you. You want to possess for that yourself. So if you want to be happy, renounce it. Renounce the I, me, mine. Live to serve. Live to serve. Whatever you do should be based on serving others. Even the so-called personal activities like eating, drinking, sleeping, even that you've done for somebody else, not for your sake. Then you will be supremely happy, always. Says one of the saints. See, all these saints, many of them were not sannyasis. They were married, family people also are there. But why are we adoring them? Why are we worshipping them? Because they live like sannyasis. Doesn't matter what your station of life is. Everybody should not renounce like the Swamis. You can be married, you can be children. See, look at all the children singing beautifully. Without the family men, where will the sannyasi get food? Huh? So you be a family man, doesn't matter. Earn money. Give it to us. Huh? Ramanjali, are you happy? She invented that. Save, yes. Without the save, we cannot save. We cannot save the one what we created here. So do anything, everything, make money. With money, with your effort, offer it to common cause. There's nothing more joyful than offering your life for the sake of God in God's work. So God bless you. God bless you with that kind of understanding to find everlasting peace and joy. Peace and joy. Thank you. Hari Om.
Jai Shri Satchidananda Ji Maharaj Ki Jai.
So, with faith and devotion, a dedicated life of service, we will all have that unending joy. Many years ago, I had the great blessing of receiving Gurudev at the Los Angeles airport. And I had been schooled in where all the Indian restaurants were from the LA airport to the IYI. And I had some menu suggestions. I was all ready. And when we got to the parking lot, as we were getting into the car, I said, Gurudev, on the way, we thought we would get some nice Indian food for you. Is that what you would like? He leaned over the top of the car and he said, pizza. Let's go for pizza. I said, pizza, Gurudev? He said, child, make life a fun. So that's really what it was being with him. Yeah. When he wasn't boiling us, he was certainly enjoying us. Just as we shared the Rasaya family who was here today and their beautiful prominence in the country of Sri Lanka, there is a very renowned Indian family who lives in Hong Kong, and this is the Hari Lila family. And Gurudev became for that family what he had become for the Rasaya family. He was their guru, and they had such love and affection and worship for Sri Gurudev whenever he would come to visit. And all of there were, how many brothers? 4 or 5, 7 brothers. And of course, they all had children, and they lived in this huge compound. And the family all raised all of their children together. It was quite a wonderful thing. And one of the sons, Mohan, had some beautiful children. And one of his children wrote a piece of music for us this evening. Lakshmi Hari Leela is written such a beautiful piece called The Parable of the Sower. And we were just going to play it at the morning program, or we were going to play it here and put some lyrics. But when our sound man, Alejandro, heard it, he said, "This is so beautiful. We need pictures of Gurudev." So he listened to her lyrics and just drew upon the beautiful photo archives that we have, and he's put together this little offering with Lakshmi Hari Leela's music. Please enjoy.
Stillness of the dawn, his wisdom shines so bright, guiding us with love like stars in darkest night. Sri Swami Satchidananda, gentle, wise and true, showed the path of yoga in everything we do. Oh, Master of the heart, you taught us how to see beyond the restless mind to true serenity, with kindness as our guide and wisdom as our light. You showed us yoga's way, pure love, eternal sight. Conquer the mind, you said, be free from fear and pain, through breath and sacred sound, find peace within again, a bridge of harmony you built for all mankind, uniting east and west in spirit, heart and mind. Oh, Master of the heart, you taught us how to see beyond the restless mind to true serenity, with kindness as our guide and wisdom as our light. You showed us yoga's way, pure love, eternal sight. Hari Om, the chant resounds in every soul you touched. Your legacy of grace, it heals us all so much. The gift of true yoga, not just the asanas flow, but living every moment in the light you've shown. So we walk this path with gratitude and grace, honoring your name in every time and space. Sri Swami Satchidananda, your light will never fade. In our hearts your love lives on, the peace you've made.
Sri Swami Satchidananda, your light will never fade. These people that are coming to the ashram these days never met him in the physical body, but they are so moved by his divine spirit that things like this just spring out of them. So grateful to Alejandro and Jeremy. These guys they're real yogis. I mean, you cannot imagine the last minute changes where you go, can you give me a little pause in that so we can, and they're going, yeah, sure, we can do that. And they do. And so thank you so much. Well, we would like to now invite our sannyasins to exit stage right. Exit to the right. Actually, this is stage right. That's to the right. So the sannyasins are going to go up and prepare themselves. We have some seats waiting for them behind the curtain, and we're setting everything up, and we will be hearing some beautiful sannyas stories. So the 5 of you, please follow along to go backstage, and that's great. Yes. So as you know, the very first sannyas was in 1975, and one of our sannyasins, who was part of that original group, had the audacity to fly off to heaven this year. So I have a few of his memories of how that day began. And this is from My Journey, the autobiography of Swami Murgananda. Sannyasa initiation was one of the greatest adventures of life. We spent much time preparing the ceremony. Gurudev gave instructions to each one and questioned each person. His main point was that we should never take our eyes off the goal of complete and total realization. After the ceremony itself, we were given our cloth. We had no idea how to properly put on that very long cloth. However, we managed to look decent. We assembled all in our beautiful new orange cloths in the Satsang hall when Sri Gurudev came in. We were quite a group, all full of light and joy. If you are connected on the deepest level, you know the ultimate source of your being and of creation, of all humanity, all animals, all plants, rocks, stones, pebbles, and sand. Sand that gets into your shoes, bees that sting, mosquitoes that bite, snakes, bugs, everything is from that source, and nothing is not. So these were some reflections of Swami Murgananda, and now I would like to ask that our tech crew, if we're all set up, to please open the curtain, and Swami Sharadananda will be coming out to the podium to share with you a little of the sannyas path, how it has evolved through time, and then she will, the other sannyasins will have a few moments to also share their memories. Seems like they need a little more time. I'm going to give you a, what's that? No, I'm not, that's later. Oh, there they are. Okay. You be coming here?
Hari Om. There's a story they tell in India. Sri Gurudev told us very often about a woman and her brother having a big discussion. She told her brother, "I'm so worried about our sister. Her husband keeps saying he wants to take sannyas. Every time they have an argument, it's sannyas. He's been saying this over and over for years, and he seems to be saying it more, and he's getting really serious." Her brother said, "Don't worry." "What do you mean, don't worry? She's our sister." "Don't worry. That's not sannyas." She said, "If you know so much, tell me, what is sannyas?" He dropped his newspaper, dropped his eyeglasses, dropped his sandals, dropped his shirt, dropped his dhoti, and wearing just a loincloth, he went to the door, opened it, and walked out without looking back. Leaving everything and not looking back, that is sannyas. The word itself, which we call renunciation, literally means to put down. Drop it. Drop it all. Just drop it. That's why Gurudev used to say, renunciation is not difficult. Clinging to things is what's difficult. Of course, you may be thinking, why would anybody want to do that in the first place? Because that is liberation. It's freedom. It's release. And it's relief. The word Swami actually means master. Unfortunately, not master of others, it means master of yourself. But for each one, we'll at least have one person to be master of. The color the Swami wears is the color of fire that burns all things past, all encumbrances, all worries and fears, all attachments and desires, anything and everything that stands between us and the goal. And what is that goal? It's at the end of our names, Ananda. The bliss that is absolute consciousness. The bliss that belongs to, is embodied in, and comes from God. Gurudev often referred to God as Mr. Happy. So as a Swami, that makes me Mrs. Happy. So if you forget my name, because there's quite a few of us, you can just call me Mrs. Happy. Now, for the history buffs, we have to say something about the past. It's next to impossible to describe the greatness of the path until you've reached the end of it. When you've reached the goal, there's nothing to be said. It's just self-evident. People in the presence of that goal just know. You just know. You just feel it. We felt it in Gurudev. And we hope and pray that someday you will feel it in us. Our Param Gurudev, our Guru's Guru, Sri Swami Shivanandaji Maharaj, tells us that once upon a time, there were 72 different religious divisions in India. 72. Imagine the amount of fighting. There was chaos. That's his word, chaos. And bigotry and superstition and hypocrisy. And at that time, the avatar Shankaracharya came into the world. And in his short 32 years of life, he worked to restore Sanatana Dharma and Advaita Vedanta. Sanatana Dharma, the principles of purity and righteousness. Advaita Vedanta, the doctrine of oneness, the truth that there is no such thing as two. That means in this room itself, there is one. There's no me, there's no you. There's only us. But there's always a but. But Shankar's wife, he wasn't married. Shankar's mother was adamantly opposed to his taking sannyas himself. And being a good boy, he obeyed her. He had great respect for his mother, as he did for all elders, as was the culture of the time. So one day when Shankar and his mother went to the river for a bath, he dove into the water, and as he submerged, a crocodile grabbed his foot. And he cried out, "Mother, my dear mother, please give me your blessing. I'm lost. Let me die peacefully as a sannyasin." And being a mother, as Bhavani and Anandi and the rest of you know, she immediately acquiesced, and you guessed it, the crocodile immediately let go. And so, as a wandering sadhu, Shankaracharya went around the country and assessed both existing traditions and the current needs of the country. And in the Reformation, the teaching, and all that he did and effected, part of it was organizing the ascetics, the mendicants, the renunciates, people like us, except they didn't have robes. They just wandered with a water pot and a loincloth. And he organized them into 10 different orders attached to 4 mutts we would call ashrams: north, south, east, and west. They are still there today. And so are we. This is our lineage of the Holy Order of Sannyas, an order that dates back 25 centuries, organized in a form that we embrace. It was 1,000 years ago. So I will use Montage as an example of our sannyasis today. But this goes for all of us. We call Montage because her name is a little long for our our present-day rapid short communication. But if we addressed her fully, we would say, Sri Paramahamsa Swami Guru Sharadananda Saraswati. It's a little long for a text. Shri, out of respect for the robes. Paramahamsa, because Hamsa means swan. And the swan is a creature of great discrimination that can be in front of a bowl of water and milk combined and drink just the milk and leave the water. Swami, because she has self-mastery through renunciation and service. Guru Sharadananda, because she knows the bliss of taking refuge at the feet of the Guru. And Saraswati, the name of the goddess of wisdom, is also the name of our branch of the 10 orders organized by Shankaracharya. She wears the color of the fire of renunciation and purification, and her parampara, her lineage, is that of Sri Gurudev, if we trace back, Swami Shivananda Ji Maharaj, our Param Guru. And then we don't know much about his Guru, and we know nothing of his Guru's Guru. So in Shivananda Ashram in Rishikesh, we have the temple where the Lord is worshipped daily. We have the Samadhi shrine of Master Shivananda Ji. And in between is a murti, an image, adorned with garlands of Sri Shankar and Shankaracharya, where each day the sannyasis come and circumambulate and bow. So for us, he is the link between God and Guru. Then, coming forward, our Gurudev, who has brought to us everything, holding back nothing that his Guru gave him. He continues the lineage. His very life was the highest example of all that we are striving for, and we owe him our deepest gratitude. And now he left it up to us to carry on that lineage. One more thing bears mentioning. Does anybody here watch the Olympics? Why do we watch? Was that a no? Some people do. Why do we watch? There are more than 11,000 people running, jumping, twisting, spinning, swimming, tumbling, falling. They're all strangers. We don't know a single one, but we get mesmerized because each one is trying with all his heart and all his might to get the gold. And only one out of each sport will get the gold medal. But still, they run, they ski, they skate, they throw things. So weeks ahead of time, we watch the news. And we kind of pick out our favorite. So we might decide to root for Simone Biles because she already won 30 world medals and 11 Olympic medals. Or we might decide to root for Simone Biles because she once left in the middle of the games simply because she's human. Or we might decide she has enough medals and vote for the underdog, some luge team from the middle of Africa who only saw snow for the first time last month. So when you look at all these souls in orange, not just on the stage, but all the ones in the room, and all the ones you don't see, that don't come out much, or that live abroad, when you think of us, don't think of the vision you had when you first came here, of what a Swami could be, should be, would be if you were one. Don't focus on the mistakes that have been made, because we have made mistakes. Don't focus on the times we might have let you down, because there are times we have let you down. But recognize that each and every one is trying and has been for 50 years, wholeheartedly, steadfastly, one-pointedly, unswervingly, to reach that goal. And by the grace of God and Guru, built this community along the way so that we all could come together tonight, or come to live here, or come here to retire, or to raise children. So I had this thought. You might choose one. Choose your favorite, or even choose your least favorite, and put that name on your altar. And remember that person in your daily prayers. And maybe, too, give a prayerful shout out to those Swamis yet to come. This is my original robe, made from the cloth that Sri Gurudev's hands put into my hands half a century ago. Maybe someday a young person will have that same burning yearning for God that brought us here, and will want to wear it, to be initiated into sannyas. And who knows, it might go on another 50 years. And who knows, that person might be you. So, see you at the finish line. Jai Shri Satguru Sachidananda Ji Maharaj Ki.
evening, everyone. This is just a continuation of such a wonderful, wonderful evening that we've had. And at the same time, just a few little things to share with you. One of the ways that we were able to enjoy Gurudev's love for words in Tamil or in any language that he would be speaking, and very much so in English. It was amazing how much various vocabulary he had. And so one of the stories, he was driving in the car, and he asked somebody, look at this sign. And when you are able to see the sign that it said, stop ahead. And he said, do you know how to stop ahead? And when I didn't reply, he gave the answer. You can stop ahead with a heart. Really a beautiful story. It was late autumn and the air was cool and fresh, and most of the leaves had fallen already, and more were falling as we watched. The pond below was clear and sparkling. Gurudev was looking out from the back porch of his house that we got to visit today. The pond below was clear and sparkling. A few leaves were flowing slowly on the surface of the creek. Occasionally, the bird songs broke the silence, and the waves in the water in the pond moved slowly, trickling over the dam. As we watched in silence, a single red leaf got caught in this swirl and was swept over. We both watched as an instant later the leaf entered the swiftly moving stream at the bottom of the dam and disappeared. Enlightenment is like that, Gurudev said. Suddenly, one just breaks free. Who can say exactly why that one, or when or where it will be? It just happens. Suddenly, one is released from the bonds of the mind and is eternally free. And my last little sharing comes from an experience. It feels to me like it was last week, but Gurudev was not in the physical body at this time. It's been how many years now? 2025, and he left the form in 2002. So, when things happen, you can't really play with time. You think it was yesterday, in a way. But the situation was that when we were in India, Gurudev happened to be there on a visit, and I was staying at that time in mostly in Coimbatore at the Institute with Swami Divyananda. And at that time, she was saying, you know, why don't you try to come sometime when I go back from my trip in America, come with me, and then we can stay in Coimbatore and we can work together. Sometimes when you come, there's a tour during the time and things like that, and we don't get a chance to be two swamis together, you know, actually sharing the way. And so we asked Gurudev, would that be possible? And he said, well, you get permission at the ashram and work it out. Yes, you may do that. That would be fine. So this was the following summer. And it was time, Divyananda said, I'm going back in August. Would you be able to come in August with me and then stay August, September, and come back in November, something of that. So we would have some time here together. And so I thought, well, I should call Gurudev. So I did. And he said, I wrote him a letter first, actually, and reminded him of the situation. And then I called, and we spoke for a few minutes. He wanted me to remind him of what this was about. And I told him. And then he was just quiet for a moment, and he said, I don't want you to go. Stay here. Boom, the phone goes down. And I thought, well, so that's how it is. I mean, that's all you can do about it. It was a Saturday night, so Satsang was coming in the evening. And he would enter the Satsang hall through this door that you see on the side. And just like that, everybody was standing and we were smiling. You couldn't stay seated. It was the impact of his appearance at that door made you stand up. It was such a powerful energy. And naturally, we were all smiling, and it was something wonderful. And as he came in the door, he was walking toward his chair, but it was really interesting. Nobody else knew what was going on. But anyhow, he looked at me and he said, you're still smiling. And you know, it was something that really hit me. I don't know whether he even thought that I was not going to keep smiling, because he said no. But it was interesting that he made a test out of it. And it was, you're still smiling. And I just thought that was a real lesson, that no matter what he does or says, he has a purpose for everything that takes place. Thank you so much.
It's God's will. Here comes the master. I'm not intimidated.
I was so enthralled by what you both said. I don't remember what I was going to say. When I took pre-sannyas in 1973 in California, and we called him Swamiji then. He sent a letter and he said in 1 week, we were in the San Francisco IYI, some of us, in different centers in California. This was the first we heard of pre-sannyas. You never thought you could do what Swami Shivananda and Swami Satchidananda had done. They were so exalted, and you didn't hear too much about yoga in those days. And his letter said in 1 week he would be giving pre-sannyas initiation. Anyone who was interested should write him. Well, this is how we began. We had no one to look at, other pre-sannyasis yet, in other schools or with other teachers of the sannyas order. And so we had these questions. In those days, the color of brahmacharya was yellow from India. And so these were some of our questions. He would come to San Francisco from Siegler Springs, the first Yogaville West, and he would answer our questions. So from the different centers we gathered to hear the answer to our questions. We had a list, piece of paper, which we gave him, and the questions were something like this. Do we have to wear yellow raincoats? Do we have to wear yellow bathing suits? Do we need to get new malas? Do we have to shave our heads? Okay, so he's reading the questions, and those were some of them, and he's holding the paper, and we're sitting at his feet as we're meeting. We're all breathless with anticipation. What is he going to say? And he's looking at the piece of paper like this, and he said, if you have any questions, you're not ready. And he threw the paper on the floor. All right, fast forward to sannyas. We're in Connecticut, and another letter had gone out from, we were calling him the Gurudev then. This letter had a list of names, and he said he would be giving sannyas initiation. Can't remember the time, maybe it was a week or 2 weeks, something. And these are a list of people he thought were ready. Some of those didn't take the vows, and some who weren't on the list did take the vows. All right, so the day before the sannyas initiation, we were gathered, 28 of us, with Gurudev, and he went to each one and he said, are you ready? And if you went, yes, Gurudev, he'd say, are you ready? He wanted lions, not bleeding lambs. So he said, to know whether you're ready, 2 things are necessary. One thing is, no more personal life. You live to serve. And second, your goal is God realization. If you have those 2, you're ready. That's what I want to share with you about those 2 times. I want to say something a little different now, because tonight we're hearing the glory of sannyas, and as if this is it. Well, for me, this is it. But somehow in my destiny, in each one's spiritual evolution, we are following our path to God, whether it's sannyas, householder life, whether you're single, considering one or the other, all paths lead to the same thing. And I want to share a little story as I finish, because in those days, I used to transcribe Gurudev's talks for many years. I love his teachings. I've always loved his teachings very, very much. Probably you do too. And they guide my life. So I read this story. Tiruvallur, a family man and a guru to family people, talking about in his teachings family life, how to guide your life. His wife, Vasuki, was dying. She was on her deathbed, and she had a very sad face. And Tiruvallur saw her face, and he said, "You know the meaning of death, that the body dies, the soul never dies. You know the meaning of life and death. Why the sad face?" And she said, "Because when we were married, ever since we were married, you asked me, when I set the table for your meal, to put a bowl of water, small bowl of water, and a needle. And I never knew what that was for. That's why the sad face." And he said, "Because if I ever spilled a grain of rice, I would take the needle, take the rice, wash it in the water, and swallow the rice." And Gurudev said, telling the story, there are two things to be noted here. One thing is, he never spilled even a grain of rice. Two, she never questioned what he asked her to do. And I thought, whoa, this is something. I think sannyas is it, or difficult, or look at family life. Everyone's life is not easy if one is on the path to God, and everyone is on the path to God. We may have different ways that we're getting there, and I just want to share that, because we're talking about the glory of sannyas. Every life is glorious. Every life is precious. Every soul is precious. And whatever path you're on, whoever is listening to me telling this story, you can reach the goal. We're all doing the same thing. The form may be different, but we're doing the same thing. And everyone's life is glorious and precious. And that's the end of my story, and just the beginning of yours and mine from now on. And I wish you all success in your spiritual journey. Om Shanti.
I think it's okay. In contrast to my dear colleague, I am intimidated. And I'm so honored to be in front of all of you with these beautiful souls. Yeah, what a great thing. And to sit here and look at your faces. You're the most beautiful bouquet of goodness. I would just sit up here and stare at you all night long. Padma Rani just came in. I have to tell you again, Padma Rani, that was the most beautiful tribute I've ever heard. The most beautiful tribute. So I'm going to add a few words to that. First of all, you had to be there. It was a different world. 1966. Swamiji was 52, and he was at the height of his powers. Mesmerizingly beautiful, and Shakti, energy.
if I could line up my body, full body, directly with his body, full body, Shaktipat. He could be 10 yards away. The energy would flow. It was just pouring off of him. I would sit in his lecture and say, this is not a human being. No, couldn't be a human being. Because the sequencing of his thoughts, the sort of foundation of his manner, it wasn't like anything I'd ever seen before. Oh my. And the world was unlike anything you can imagine unless you're old like me. Nobody knew the word yoga. You would say yoga, they say, yogurt? What about the yogurt? They did not know the word karma or mantram or puja or guru. So this was so brand new to us. And it was a culture in upheaval, Vietnam War. It wasn't just news, it was our brothers, our boyfriends were being drafted, recruited. And yes, I went to class between corridors of armed and helmeted National Guardsmen, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty traumatic. And then there were drugs. That's exciting. And sex, also exciting. So all of them sort of turning our world upside down. And I know how lost I was. Which way to go? What do I do with this life? Hey, where's the path? Where's the guide? I was one of millions. It's our, this generation that I share with others except Mataji. She's one of a kind. We were praying how to move forward, how to make sense, how to reconcile all these different factors. And Swamiji came for 2 days. Did you know that? Ostensibly 2 days. He stayed 32 years, essentially. But I think he stayed in answer to our prayers. And it's kind of a miracle because we were nuts. We were young, not very well disciplined, but he found the words, the stories, the examples to reach us. We could understand these ancient and sacred teachings because he wanted to be able to lift us and guide us. 32 years. And I don't think it was his preference to be here. Because when I went to India, I was assigned to India. I was really insecure about it. He said, you can do it. He said, I came from a heaven to hell. I stayed. Yep, he said those words. And he said, I'm sending you from a hell to a heaven. You can do it. And that, I think that was his inner truth. And when it came to his last days of his life, he said, oh, I should be so lucky to leave my body in this blessed country. So I'm just saying, I don't want to make you unhappy, but I'm just saying, I think he saw in our yearning and need, he saw his mission. And what a mission it was. It's touched so many hundreds of thousands of hearts, and it touched our entire culture. Yeah, we all know what karma is and mantra is now, and what yoga is. And I'll tell you just a few little stories to share his kindness, most of all, kindness, and his humor. He loved to be mischievous. He would be naughty sometimes. But just a little example of his kindness. I was struggling with a situation. I have no idea what situation it was. But when he consoled me, he used the exact phrase and words that my mother would have used. He picked it up out of my mind, and he offered that to help
helped me find my way through. This is kind of silly, but we had flown a small flight. It was in New York. We were at a very small airport. I think it was a heliport. Exhausted. And we arrived into the reception area and sat down on the same bench. And in my exhaustion, I wasn't paying attention. And just like a teenager, I scooted to bump his shoulder. That's not how you treat a guru. And I was, horrified. He met me halfway. He could feel me coming. He scooted over and bumped my shoulder. It's such a little thing, but he knew our inner being and with infinite kindness would meet us wherever we were. It's so extraordinary. I don't think any human on earth has had that capacity and that commitment and that quality of giving. Okay, and like Mataji, I want to share examples of his puns, his cleverness with words. Yeah, nothing misses me, miss. He said that quite a number of times when he gave us a shock. He said, I'm going to have to resort to my notes. Without my glasses, I'm struggling here. Oh, yeah. Hamsananda and I were having fights. It's not our fault. See, he kept switching us. I was director, got fired. She was director, got fired. I was director, got fired. He kept switching us back and forth. Actually, our Amma kid was sent to counsel us, and she told us, you have to regard the other person as more important than you are, okay? Take that. That is so powerful. Thank you, Amma. But anyway, Swamiji got word of our disputes and problems, and he didn't scold us. But he said, you better change your signboard. Instead of Integral Yoga Institute, Integral Un-Yogic Institute. Yep. This is real. He said, yoga is harmony and peace. You got to repaint your signboard. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we were living in LA. Swamiji had his home in Santa Barbara. It's 2 hours. And one day I was his driver. And on the way to Santa Barbara, I took advantage of my captive audience and unburdened myself. This problem, that problem, this mistake. And I said to him after a bit, I said, oh, Swamiji, I feel so bad because I've really let you down. He said, huh? You feel that you're holding me up somewhere, and if you let go, I'll fall down? And if I remember correctly, then he said, what happened to the AC, the air conditioning? I said, oh, Swamiji, I turned it off so you could hear me. And he said, just be quiet and turn the AC back on. He couldn't resist the opportunity. I salute all of you, all of your beautiful hearts, your beautiful faces. I'm so glad we're together to celebrate this great soul who has touched our lives so beautifully. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay.
Good evening. It's been a long night, and I have no idea what I'm going to say after hearing all these beautiful, beautiful stories. There's a saying, when the disciple is ready, the guru appears. Gurudev once said, actually, it's the opposite. It's the coming of the guru that makes the disciple ready. So I think in my case, I was living in New York, attending college in 1966, living not far from where he was. Knew nothing about yoga, knew nothing about him. But looking back, I would say that the proximity of his presence began to silently, mysteriously transform me completely. I was in a pre-medical program in college, a decision I had made in 6th grade, from which I had never wavered, never. And suddenly my interest started to switch from science to the philosophy of science, to philosophy in general, to those philosophers who lived in the ancient times in Greece, who were very much yogis. My thinking began to profoundly change. My course of studies accordingly was changed. New York City, very stressful at that time. I wasn't a city girl, and the stressors began to take a toll on me physically. So I remember going to see a doctor, and we had a nice appointment. And he gave me a handful of pills, and he said, come back in 2 weeks, and we'll make some tests. I left his office like I'm on 5th Avenue somewhere. I come downstairs, I take the bottle of pills, I pour them all into my hand, and I stand there on 5th Avenue contemplating the pills in my hand. And after several minutes, out loud, I said, no, no, no. This is not what I'm going to do with my life. This was not the reason for my birth. I threw them in the wastebasket. I looked across the street. There was a bookstore, and I purchased my first book on yoga. So forces were converging. That was 1966. I graduated in 69. In 1970, I was no longer living in New York, but a friend was. And he called me one day and he said, there's a Swami who's going to be speaking at the chapel. And I got this funny feeling. And I said, what's the Swami's name? And he replied, Swami Satchidananda. I heard that name, and in that instant, I knew that life as I had known it would never be the same again. I wasn't totally pleased with that recognition, but it was very clear and strong. It wasn't until many months later I moved to San Francisco. The Bay Area was the womb of the New Age spiritual movement that was happening. Divyanandaji brilliantly described what life was like at that time. I was caught up in all that madness as well. You may have been walking through halls with armed National Guardsmen. I was standing on the front lines in front of one of my college buildings as the TPF, the Tactical Police Force, the Marines of the New York Police Force, charged the lines because we had occupied the dean's office. And it was the height of madness. And just an aside, they formed like what's called a flying wedge, a V-shaped formation, and I was the point of entry. And we're all standing there, arms locked, going, "We won't budge, we won't budge, we won't budge." So they came up to me. They must have been very well trained because this guy, my head came up to his boots. That's how enormous they were. He just leaned over gently and said, "Excuse me." And I stepped aside. It's like that training was deeper than the militants who were trying to rile us up had given. And every bedlam broke out. So after that, went to San Francisco. That's where it was happening. Went to so many different groups. It was like a smorgasbord there of yoga centers. Walked into the San Francisco IYI. Every cell within me exhaled. Home, home, home. Shortly thereafter, they were going to have a yoga retreat in the Santa Cruz Mountains. So I signed up for the retreat. I was waiting in the bus outside the building. Those of you who know the building know that its main entrance is about 2 stories above street level. It's very, very high. I'm on the bus. He exits the front door with a group of all the close devotees and residents of the San Francisco house. And I'm looking at him through the window, and he's like this big in my field of vision. And the very next moment, his eyes are right outside the bus window, peering into me, like looking into my soul. And then I saw him turn and look into everyone else's eyes on the bus. Afterwards, I learned I was not the only one to have that experience. Others had the exact same experience. So for me, my mind went berserk. Again, in retrospect, I think on some profound level, it realized it had met its master once again. And again, I wasn't entirely pleased. It was like, what does this mean? My mind was disoriented. I know Bhaktan Eberle once told the story about the first time he saw Gurudev, and he said, "Oh no, it's him again. He's back." Something deep within has this sense of recognition. So I went on that retreat. So I had heard his name. I saw his projection. Then I saw his form that was, for me, just filled with so much peace, a peace I had never known. And the only thing in my mind was, I want what he has. I want what he has. And then he began to speak every morning, every evening. He came to deliver the ancient teachings to us. We were in a very rustic facility, Camp Kennelin in Santa Cruz. So rustic, it didn't have a venue big enough to hold all of us. There were hundreds of us, post-hippies, I would say, who were gathered seeking something more meaningful. And we were wrapped in blankets in the brisk mountain air, and he began to give the teachings of Raja Yoga. I had graduated college with more questions than answers. I was seeking answers about the meaning of life, the meaning of the world, about knowledge through science and philosophy, and I was left with more questions. My mind unsettled, always searching. In 5 days, every question I had was answered. And for the first time in my life, my mind became still, and I knew peace. So, after that, we founded the Berkeley IYI. It was like one grand pajama party with the best friends you could ever think of. And we were doing yoga together too. I can tell you of the people we know here. Divyanandaji lived there, Satya lived there, Jiva, Paraman, Ramanan, Murgananda came all the time to visit. It was just extraordinary, extraordinary, impossible to describe what the energy was like. And I remember when Hamsanandaji's group took pre-sannyas. It was on a retreat in Northern California, and we were all on the retreat. And I remember they were off somewhere having this special ceremony we didn't really understand. And then, midway through the morning talk, they entered. Gurudev was leading, and they all followed like little chicks. And I looked at them, and he was dressed in all orange, and they had these little orange scarves, and they looked like emanations of him. And I kept looking at him, looking at them, looking at him, looking at them. It was like I was at a volleyball match. I kept doing that. And at a certain moment, something inside my head, something inside my heart, I audibly heard something snap. Whatever connection, whatever attachment was holding me back, broke in that moment, in that moment. So, for me, Gurudev was teacher, master, guide, friend, supporter, counselor. I wasn't someone who I would say was in his inner circle. My service has always been more serving the organization or teaching. But I will say this, whenever I truly had a need, wherever he was, anywhere in the world, I somehow could call, and within moments, he was on the other end of the line. Always. And I always had this feeling that was confirmed time and again that no matter how difficult the problem, no matter how convoluted the circumstances, if I could at least tell him, if it was under the mantle of his knowledge and grace, whatever it was, no matter what happened, it would be okay. And it always was. It always was. He never, ever, ever failed to answer the call of my heart and the need of the hour. So I'll tell one little story about service. I've told before, but I think it gives a sense of the greatness of it and how it can tap into the infinite power. This is when we were fundraising for Lotus. Here it is, this multi-million-dollar shrine, and what were we doing? Having little fundraising dinners that maybe yielded a few $100s worth of profit. But that's what we could do. We did what we could, and then God supplied the rest. So this one was being held in the Santa Monica region. We had rented a church, and we had ordered food from a restaurant in Los Angeles. About 70 people had signed up. About 125 people had showed up. And when the food arrived, it was sufficient for about 50 people. So I was one of the people on the serving team. We were back in the kitchen. We had 125 people out there. We had Gurudev at a head table with all sorts of dignitaries and guests. And what did we do like good disciples? We froze. We were paralyzed because we couldn't possibly feed these people. And there was no place nearby to go buy bread or fruit or something to stretch the food. And you know, there's a saying, the guest is God. You can't not feed a guest when they show up. So we were just terrified. So we decided the best thing to do was to pretend we weren't there and do nothing. And we heard this voice calling out from inside this big dining hall. Where are you? They're hungry. Come. And we're just panicked, looking at one another, not knowing what to do. And he said, just bring whatever you have and come. So we're standing there. I'm standing with the doll. Usually I don't serve the doll because it's usually like in a big bucket that's heavy. I had this little tureen of dolls. So we're all standing there. And he says, come up front. And he had us stretch out in front of the main table. And he did a prayer. And a friend of mine who was a professional photographer, Maitreya, many of you know him, Maitreya Siro, caught the moment when the prayer was uttered on this. So we were holding the food. The food was there between the guests and between the servers. We came out normal in the photo. The people, the guests seated came out normal, but in between, in the area where the food was, it was all wavy. Somehow the camera captured, whatever that is out there, captured the energetic event that had occurred. And then Gurudev looked at us, and this is the key thing. He looked in all of our eyes and he said, don't think, just serve. We went around, we served first. We were so relieved. We ran into the back room. At least everyone got food. Where did you go? They're still hungry. They want seconds. Panic again set in. We came out holding our little containers that somehow still had food. And again he repeated, don't think, just serve. We served seconds. We served thirds. Whatever anyone wanted was there. At the very end, the woman who had organized the event was such a nervous wreck, she hadn't eaten anything. And she said, I wish there was just a dessert left for me. It was her favorite dessert, gulab jamun. As soon as she said that, I looked over my shoulder and there was a tray with one dessert left. And not only that, back in the day, you did everything. You planned the event, you served, then you cleaned up afterwards. So the same crew was in the back room to do cleanup. There was more food left over than had originally come. And we took it back to the LA IYI, and it fed us for several days. So the message is, sometimes the mind with its limitations gets in the way and blocks the full force, the torrential flow of grace that's always available to fill us, flow through us, and fill whatever the need is. But if we focus on the service, serving one another, all of us will be well-fed, well-nourished, well-supported. There's a quote of Gurudev that's my very favorite. This isn't the exact quote now, but this is the spirit of it. With every breath, with every atom of your being. Repeat, loving, loving, serving, serving, giving, giving. That is the best mantra that will bring supreme peace and happiness. May we all walk in his footsteps, and by our humble efforts, by our support for one another, as a Sangha, united in love, united in service, let us find our ways with humility, gratitude, perseverance, and conviction, all the way to the goal. Perfect peace, perfect happiness, freedom from all limitation and suffering, and universal joy and freedom. Thank you, Gurudev, for blessing us who are sitting here to have been able to walk in your footsteps, however imperfectly, for a half century now. And may your example and may the call of sannyas grow brighter in today's world, where such service, dedication, and commitment are needed more than ever. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat.
I don't know if you saw on the poster when we advertised for this event that you were supposed to bring your pajamas, because these are your bedtime stories, because we intended to keep you for a long time without break and with much love. And we thank you for having stayed. So we're going to invite the sannyasins to come and sit for a moment. And we have just one or two more little offerings before we move on to our beautiful Arati and closing of the evening. And if anyone has to leave early, please meet with the gentleman out in the lobby. We're escorting everyone to their automobiles this evening because we've had a little incident with a snake, and we feel that the snake has a partner. So we want to keep everyone safe, and if you do leave before we finish the event this evening, please meet with the gentleman out in the lobby, and they will escort you to your car with their beautiful lanterns. I just would like, there is one sannyasin who was not able to be with us, Swami Ashokananda, who was also in the original group, and I would just like to share with you a few words. He says, "My sense is that Gurudev was with me from the very beginning of this incarnation. He simply manifested physically when he saw that I was ready. Gurudev helped me to grow up. When I first became the president of this ashram in 1997, I used to call him every week. At first, I would share all the problems I was facing and ask, what should I do? And he would say some variation of, I'm not here to do your thinking, man. Think for yourself. God gave you a brain. And he would hang up. Eventually, I changed my approach and began saying, Gurudev, here is the situation. Here's how I plan to handle it. If you have any input, now is the time, because tomorrow I'm going to act. At that point, he would often offer very useful advice, how you approach it. The more I am able to use this body-mind for His purposes, the more enjoyable my life becomes. What an honor, a privilege, a blessing, a joy to be at His feet for these 50 years. Swami Ashokananda. Now we will have a little beautiful devotional offering for Sri Gurudev from Jivana.
Sing just a brief little song that we adapted, Turi and I adapted for Gurudev. You were the Word in the beginning, sacred Om creation rings. We honor you in all creation, and you give us everything. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. Satchidananda. What a beautiful name it is. Knowledge, existence, bliss. We strive to realize this. O Gurudeva. What a wonderful name it is. What a wonderful name it is. What a wonderful name it is. Satchidananda. What a wonderful name it is. Nothing compares to this. What a wonderful name it is. O Gurudeva. What a powerful name it is. What a powerful name it is. What a powerful name it is. Satchidananda. What a powerful name it is. Knowledge, existence, bliss. You teach me I am this. O Gurudeva. My Gurudeva. Jai Gurudev.
And what a wonderful devotee you are. Thank you, Jivana. Are we ready? Mr. Jeremy G? Give it a go. This, ladies, is for you.
Wake up the note, the song that at its birth, far off where word it take could never reach. Mountain caves and glades of forest deep, whose calm no sigh for lust or wealth or blame could ever dare to bring. Where rolls the stream of knowledge, truth, and bliss that follows both. Sing high that no sannyas and bold. Say Om Tat Sat Om. Strike off life fetters, the bonds that bind thee down. For shining gold, a darker baser road. Love, hate, good, bad, and all that do throng. No slave is a slave, caressed or whipped, not free for fetters of gold. Are not less strong to bind than not with them, sannyas and bold. Say Om Tat Sat Om. Let darkness go, the will of the wisp that leads, with blinking light to pile more gloom on gloom. This thirst for life forever quench, it drags from birth to death, and death to birth the soul. It conquers all who conquer self. No, this I never yield, sannyas in bold. Say Om Tat Sat Om. Who sows must reap, they say cause must bring the sure effect. Good, good, bad, bad, and none escapes the law. But whoso wears a form must wear the chain. True, but far beyond both name and form is Atman ever free. Know thou art that sannyas in bold. Say Om Tat Sat Om. They know not truth who dream such a vacant dreams, as father, mother, children, wife, and friend. The sexless self, whose father he, whose child, whose friend, whose foe is he who is but one, the self in all. None else exists. Know thou art that sannyas in bold. Say Om Tat Sat Om. There is but one, the free, the knows self, without a name, without a form or stain. In him is Maya, dreaming all this dream. The witness he appears as nature's soul. Though thou art that sannyas in bold, say Om Tat Sat Om. Where seekest thou that freedom, friend? This world all that can give. In books and temples, vain thy search. Thine only is the hand that holds the rope that drags thee on and on. Then cease lament, let go thy whole sannyas in bold. Say Om Tat Sat Om.
not finding out about, been able to run it, but it was something that Arati and Jyotima worked on and collecting old photos, or young photos, I should say, and Jeremy put them together with our beloved Wayne Hunt's song of Sannyas and Bold. So, okay, we started with light. Let's end with light. So I'd like to invite the sannyasins to come to the altar, and we will give you your candle lights, and then we will move into the final arati and close. Om Jyoti 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 Swayam Jyoti 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 Param Jyoti 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 Arul Jyoti 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 Shivam Vama Jyoti Sama Jyoti Vana Jyoti Nana Jyoti Mahajyoti Yoga Jyoti Vata Jyoti Nara Jyoti Ema Jyoti Vyoma Jyoti Eru Jyoti Viru Jyoti Eka Jyoti Eka Jyoti Eka Jyoti Jyoti Light, O light of self-effulgence, light, O light of absoluteness, light, O light of gracefulness, light, O light of auspiciousness, light of Shiva, light of moon, light divine, light of wisdom, light of heaven, light of yoga, light of wind, light of sound, light, delight, light of water, rising light, vital light, the only light, the only light, give us light, O light of light. You may be seated. samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May each of us and this entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. And may the light of truth overcome all darkness. Jai Shri Satguru Sachidananda Ji Maharaj Ki. I would like to ask your prayers. One of the young people was bitten by one of the snakes, and 911 came along and whisked her off. She's being properly cared for, but I think it would really aid her healing if we did 3 Om Triambakam mantras as she gets this beautiful cleanse out of her system and returns to us well. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiha Mamritat. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiha Mamritat. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiha Mamritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Gurudev. Thank you all so much. Be well, stay healthy, happy, serviceful, joyful, and we'll see you back here next week. Om Shanti. Bye-bye.